So I got Max here, who's been with us for a little bit now, but I'm going to let him do most of the talking. I wanted to talk about some of his recent success he's had, just to highlight not just what the team's doing and I'm doing, but what agents on my team are doing and how they're going. So, Max, how long have you been an agent?
I've been just 2 years this month. I got my license back in October 2019. I moved to Wichita August 2019.
Okay. And give us a little bit of a background about you and your experience with real estate, like kind of your 2-year journey so far.
Yeah, I didn't really have much experience getting into real estate. It was just one of those things I've been wanting to get into for a while, but I didn't really know what to expect. So I got my license in October 2019. I joined brokerage. I was a solo agent over there. During that time, I didn't know what I was doing really because their main focus was SOI, like sphere of influence. And moving right to Wichita, I knew like 3 people, so I didn't have much of an SOI. So I was just looking for other ways to find leads, and I didn't get my first closing until like 4 or 5 months into being an agent. I was just living off my savings the whole time, trying to figure stuff out. Spent a lot of money on different online lead sources, internet leads, trying to run Facebook ads. All those things failed. But I did end up joining Boomtown, and that's how I ended up getting some deals through just partnering up with some other realtors and spending money on Boomtown. But those leads, I only got like 30 a month, and it was very tough. And then the money I made from making sales just went back into my business. I was just running through my bank account. So in a year and a half of being an agent over there, I closed 8 deals, which isn't really that much. Like, that was not enough for me to live off of and invest back into my business, especially since I kept trying to figure things out by myself and completely kind of failed or didn't have as much success I wanted to anyways there. It was just, So then I had to start a job at Pizza Hut. So I worked at Pizza Hut and trying to get my business up. So using the Pizza Hut money to survive. And then my closings were just trying to figure stuff out in my real estate business. And then
How old are you?
What's that?
How old are you?
I'm 23.
There you go. And then how long have you been with Team Home Hero with us?
Yeah, I joined Team Home Hero in end of February 2021. Still working Pizza Hut at the time, but I ended up quitting Pizza Hut in June of this year, of 2021, after finally getting things rolling and getting stability, accountability in my business. That's a big thing that I lacked, was the accountability and knowing what to do, because I was just going all over the place. But this gave me clarity and the focus that I needed to on where I was heading and how to build my business and what I should actually be focused on and what I need to actually do. So
what's it been like so far over here?
Oh, amazing. It's relieved a lot of stress for me, like having Ryan handle stuff, having Monica with the paperwork aspect, not having to spend money on leads. It's a big one too. I'm just focused on my clients and the people that are ready to do something. Just being able to give that energy to them and just relieving all the other stress and all the work from my life. I mean, it's definitely a lot helpful.
So what's your current production like since you've been with us? How many houses have you sold? How much volume? How much money have you made? All that.
Yeah, so I've closed 17 deals, but I've sold 18. I got one closing the end of this month, and then I got a listing right now in the market. I've closed $3.2 million in volume so far, and made about $45,000.
Okay. That's a period of 6 months. So 6 months, made about $45,000, and 18 houses essentially. So it's about 3 a month is where you're at. So, I mean, in all reality, you're crushing it is where you're at. Where do you project your production over the next 6 months? And then also, like, let's say for 2022, where do you see yourself going?
Oh, man, I just as much as I can, just because I capped and I just want to use up my cap, take advantage of that.
So you capped in 6 months of being on the team, and you're on pace to make six figures in your first year being with the team is where you're looking at.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Love that. But yeah, my goal for the next year, my year 2 of Team Home Hero, is 42 houses sold.
42 houses for 2022. I love it.
Yeah.
And then where's that put you at estimated wise, like what you make personally, and then like volume wise, like what's all that?
For 42 houses sold, like my average price point is 180.
Mhm.
So that gets me, I did the numbers, and that would be put me at six figures for that second year. So that's my big goal. And
That's right. That's right at six figures. 42 times 180,000 is 7.5 million in volume. 3 divided by 2. Yeah, that'd put you 113,400 like net income to you. So that's what you'd be making in 2022 for your first full income at 24 years old. You know, getting going in real estate and really like earning the dream of what everybody has, that 100,000 a year like threshold cap level. And what's fun is like as you get doing this, you'll realize like as you keep going, like you realize how low that bar was. But since you crushed it, you're like, that's my new expectation. But it's like there's a lot of agents, a lot of people who try to do this, no matter what the age, that it's difficult for them to accomplish, and you're accomplishing it. So that's why I wanted to kind of give you a chance to give your story, your perspective on it all. Which, speaking of that, you know, what would you say would be your advice for like a new agent looking into real estate or involved in real estate? What's some new advice you have for agents?
Join a team. Like that was
I didn't tell him to say that, by the way. This wasn't like planned out, scripted like that. So
no, like being a solo agent, coming into a new town, coming into a brand new industry, not knowing what the heck you're doing, not knowing anybody. It's like you're gonna save yourself a lot of stress, anxiety, worrying. Like, yeah, definitely got to join a good team.
I mean, beyond joining a team, that's a really good piece of advice. What are some other pieces of advice you could give to new agents? Let's say they are trying to be a solo agent. What do you know now that you wish you would have known when you're a solo agent, you know, other than joining a team?
You definitely got to have accountability.
Accountability.
Yeah, you get the first couple months are like really exciting because it's all new and stuff, and you're excited. But then after that, it kind of wears off. So, and then if you don't have people supporting you and holding you accountable, you're gonna drop off.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough.
Kind of like you're saying, you were all over the place. You had a lot of ambition. You had a lot of talent. Like I was kind of this way in my first year of real estate too. Like I was trying to be a realtor, I was trying to flip houses, trying to do leadership development. I was trying to do like one other thing too. And it's like, I had a lot of talent potential, but it's too spread out. Like I was trying to do everything and all these things and be this awesome entrepreneur. That's like, oh, I got multiple streams of income. It's like, no, you don't. Like you're just acting like it or looking like it. And it's like, I think that's a lot of our trouble is just narrowing in, focusing in, and being very good at one thing instead of like trying to do everything, especially as a real estate agent. It's like 20 jobs in one. So
yeah, got to swallow your pride.
What would you say that you're most excited about next in your real estate career?
Definitely get my production up, make more money so I can use that money to invest. So, and just build up my future, the passive streams of income going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the thing everybody loves to talk about in real estate. What's your why? Why do you do this? Why is Max going through all this, taking this risk, jumping off this cliff and all that?
Probably for my future family. Right now, I'm just single. I'm thinking long term. For whenever I do have a wife and kids and stuff, I want to be in a good situation, be able to help out my parents too.
Kind of like we were talking about the other day, so that you can get a lot of the social needs you want filled too. You realize like to do that, you got to build off the solid foundation of this business being stable before you can really launch into that successfully.
Yep.
Cool. Well, any parting words of wisdom or advice or things you want to say? Any jokes you got for people? What's your ending statement? Maxie,
Join the
buy a
team.
house for me.
Yeah. No, just join a team, swallow your pride. I mean, a good team, anyways. Like, uh, that's my only thing. It's like if I joined some kind of team way before, I probably wouldn't be in the situation. But then I'm glad I went through that, just because I realized how tough and difficult real estate is.
Yeah.
Just being by yourself, it's a lot of stress.
Yeah. You've kind of seen some people that have joined our team straight away and didn't like try it on their own single agent wise. And you can kind of see how they don't entirely appreciate or don't fully understand like everything that's being provided to them until they try it on their own. So it's not the end of the world. Like if you're a single agent, then you join a team. I honestly think that's how most people like enter the industry. Like I don't think a lot of people go the team route straight away. They end up usually going to it 2-3 months in, year in, kind of like you were, and like, man, like I want to do this, but I can't figure out why it's not working. So
Yeah.
I think that's pretty common. So probably a lot of it too is kind of like you said, like swallow your pride. You know, I kind of, when I looking back on when I went and joined the team, it's kind of like, for me, it's kind of like I had to just give myself grace or forgiveness and be like, hey, you don't know everything. You messing things up. You don't know what you're doing. Like, don't beat yourself up, but go like join a team where like they will encourage you and support you, love on you, like help you through all this stuff. Like you're not a failure. Like sometimes people think like I'm a failure and I'm not good at real estate. I'm just going to quit the industry. It's like not necessarily a failure. You just need a better like environment, better structure, better team. So I'd
Yeah,
kind of
that's
give
how
yourself.
I met you, was like through these emails. Like Ben sent me a few emails. They were mass emails, kind of like this. Like after the second or third one, I was like, all right, I'm going to see what this is about, because things are not going right in my business. So I got to change something up. So I replied to one of his emails. We met in person at the office. He showed me. I was blown away.
It
And
talked about that a little bit, like what it was like responding to an email, talking to me, getting started with the team. Talk to me about the process and like how you felt in the middle of that and how all that went with you.
yeah, at first I was a little bit intimidated and really nervous, but you're more relaxed. You're um, like real cool, chill to talk to. So that's why I got out of the first interview. Just going with you, you just all blunt, said everything, like wasn't hiding anything about the system or anything. Like really open. It made me feel real comfortable, and just the environment that you presented, and just the leads, the support, the support staff was huge. Got inside sales agents making tons of calls. We got Ryan on the back end. We got Monica. I mean, just the support staff is there. I just saw it as an opportunity to eliminate a lot of my stress, because I stress a lot about like the paperwork and just all that stuff. So just getting all that stuff off my table, off my plate, I definitely saw the value in that. And then plus the leads, that's just extra.
No, it's good insight because I think sometimes people are intimidated or scared to come like talk to a team lead or even myself, just because I know sometimes I can be intimidating. But I appreciate you showing that to people. That's like really not that intimidating. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. Appreciate your time, Max. Keep crushing it. I'm proud of you. You've been doing a really good job of everything. So there's nothing more fulfilling and rewarding as a team lead to see somebody like yourself really take everything we've built and invest into this and really see you just run with opportunity. So you've been a really good agent as far as making sure like you like show up to the huddles and like do the work that goes with this. So nothing's more rewarding for me than that, like beyond money, to see somebody actually take the opportunity I built and really run with it, because I remember what it was like to be, in your shoes and when I started. And that's why I started this team, is so that I could be on this team. And, I took a lot of the pain that I had and the struggle I had and a lot of the pain and struggle I was hearing from other agents and developed a solution around it. So I really appreciate you. You can tell me the best way thank you by continuing to act like on everything you're doing, is the way I see like the appreciation and the like gratitude towards it, is just keep working within it and, fully enacting everything that I'm building for this team. So I want to say thank you for doing that. So.
Yeah, I want to thank you for this opportunity. I wouldn't be here.
A bunch of thank you back and forth. So, all right, Max, we'll go ahead and jump off here.
All right, see ya.
See you guys.